So Nigel, I'll start with a fairly obvious question, as I'm sure you get with both myself and as well at the end of the interview as well. Let's start with how you feel about the change of ground first of all.
Well, it's in the northern section, so it's been a bit of a farce, but I try and concentrate on the football. I'm not an administrator, and I just think it's been very poorly handled.
Okay. And I suppose, what do you and the squad have to do between now and tomorrow night?
Do our prep like we always do. So it's like I say, I'm not getting drawn too much into the whys and wherefores of of the availability of a pitch. But like I say, it's we have to concentrate on the football because the rest of it's just been really poor.
Is there sort of anything you have to maybe change or speed up, considering the change?
Yeah, the hotel.
Notice?
Yeah, the hotel for a start, which has been hard to get somewhere close. So travel arrangements and hotel arrangements have been very difficult to organise. So, but again, I think your questions need to be aimed at the EFL and other people. Certainly not me. I'm a football manager.
Of course. And let's focus on the football then.
Yeah.
Your side potentially facing Casey Palmer, obviously previously of City. Is there anything that your side will do? If I suppose he does come onto the pitch.
No, not really. I mean, we know what Casey's about. We know where his strengths and weaknesses are. Just preparing ourselves for the game. Simple as that. It's he's one of their squad, and so I'm sure if he does play, he'll want to do well. But we need to get a result for our own season to get it up and running, because it's been a frustrating start, bearing in mind that in the games we've played pretty well.
Does it make things sort of slightly easier knowing that you know how, I suppose, for example how Casey plays? Does it make it easier on you guys?
Why another question about Casey? It's got it's irrelevant. We're preparing to play Coventry City.
Yeah.
He's one of their players.
And can we get a bit of an injury update on Matty James? Sort of limped off.
Be out for a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, something like that. Yeah.
And I suppose first 2 games of the season, you've had 3 goals for, 5 against, unfortunately. But what would a clean sheet, I suppose, do for the morale, especially of your players?
Give us a chance of winning. Yeah. So, we've done okay in the games in terms of how we've played, but unfortunately we still give soft goals away. Or in the first game, rather, we were hard done to, really. But the second game, the goals that we conceded were poor goals. So we need to rectify that.
And I suppose, how will you rectify that between, let's say, after the game tomorrow night, between then and then Saturday against Wigan away?
Well, I don't know what's happened yet. So how do I rectify something that's not occurred? So
good point. We'll
always work at what needs to be worked at. We've got the players in the building that we have, and they're honest and they work hard. And what we've got to do is find a way of getting a result in a cup competition that's not a priority. The league is always the priority for us, and that's how it is.
Okay. And just finally for me, another obvious question, what are you expecting from Coventry tomorrow night?
In terms of performance or selection, or what?
In terms of performance.
Well, they'll want to win the game. Both sides will want to win the game for their own reasons. It's really quite straightforward. We'll have a few changes, but I don't know what they're going to do. But whatever transpires, we want to try and win the game. Okay.
Yeah,
cheers. Thanks.
What's up? What's the team news looking like for tomorrow?
We've got 1 or 2 with illness at the minute, so we'll have a check on those tomorrow. Obviously, Matty is missing from the weekend. So.
Is Matty a calf injury?
Yeah.
Which players are ill? Can you
No, I'm not giving the opposition a chance to look at that. No.
How was Campering? Is he fit? Is he in contention?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he was out of the squad on Saturday. And
Yeah, quite right. Yeah, it was.
He picked up that injury.
He's not done a lot of. He's missed a lot of pre-season.
Yeah.
So I'll have to wait his chance, like everybody else.
It was a frustrating time for him though when he picked up that injury. He came against Cheltenham, he's got his 2 assists.
Yeah.
Changed the game in a way,
Yeah.
and to pick up an injury right on the first game of pre-season for him, he must feel frustrated.
I've not asked him. He like everybody else has to work his way back into the side. So if he gets an opportunity, it's up to him to take it. So it's quite straightforward.
That kind of spell he had out the team at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Was he asked to work on anything in particular?
No.
Tactically, no.
No.
So what was the reason behind
What's that relevance to now?
Well, because obviously it's a new season, and I just wanted to know if there was anything that he's been asked to work on particularly.
No, not at all. No. He needs to work his way back into the side. And subs are selected for what the team needs, not for what individuals want. So whenever we select a bench to complement the players that we have on the pitch, it's not done to keep players happy. It's to make sure that we have the right options going into any given game. And when you've got a number of full-backs or wing-backs, whatever they are, available, we'll choose the ones that we think are best suited to complement the starting 11. It's very straightforward. It's nothing to do with whether players are in favour or not. They get selected based on what the team needs, not what they need.
Is that wing-back, the left wing-back, or the role that you've seen competing for going forward?
Yes, I'll only consider him as a centre back if we desperately need it. But no, I won't be necessarily thinking about him in that role.
That's about Joe Williams. Is this a game where he's likely to have to be rested because?
Well, you know that I've already made that point very clear at the end of last year, and I've already made that in pre-season. So I think that's fairly straightforward in terms of his involvement in this game. The league's the most important thing. The turnaround from a Wednesday game to a Saturday game is short, and we need him at the weekend. So there you go. I think you've worked that one out.
Does that, with Williams out and Mac James injured, that does magnify the lack of squad that you have in midfield at the moment?
Well, you're the journalist, so you can. I mean, look, we know we've got a thin squad. We know that, but we've still got Alex Scott there, and Hanno Masengo, and Andy King. So we've got options, but yeah, it means that we have to manage selection for midweek games. Of course, it does. But we're not in a position to make any further signings at the moment. So it's not a conversation which is it has any legs, because it's not going to go anywhere.
Would you consider bringing one of the centre backs into midfield to cover the depth?
Not necessarily, no.
Callis has played there before.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Atkinson as well as
Yeah.
midfielder. Is that
Not really. I can't see there being a great, we're already short at centre back, so I don't see the point of making an alteration to the whole system of play just because of our potential for not having too many options in midfield. So yeah, it's a situation that we can't really do much about at the moment.
Is it fair to assume that midfield is one of the positions that you're looking to strengthen?
It's not been the priority. No. We need another centre back, and we need options throughout the side. So if a central midfield player was doable or somebody became available, then that's a conversation to have then. But at the moment, no, it's our priorities lie elsewhere.
What sort of centre back in that case are you looking for from the Royals?
A centre back.
But there's got to be specifics.
Yeah, a good defender. Yeah, because we can see too many goals.
Is that to play on the right side of the defence?
Well, I think we've got enough left-siders. Yeah. Yeah.
I was listening to Richard Golden yesterday, and he was saying that there was a couple of departures. There's been inquiries for players for Bristol City players, and it might be timely for some sort of players to move on in this window. Has there been any movement, or are you expecting any departures?
Well, you've just said that you heard Richard say it, so you know you're not going to get me giving you a counter argument. You know, I think we've always had a pretty united front, and I don't intend to say anything further. You've had a club statement on that, so you don't need anything else.
Casey Palmer, I know you probably don't want to talk about it too much, but what was the decision behind letting him leave in the summer?
Because he doesn't fit the profile of what we want. You know, we're trying to create a squad and a team which has the ability to play at a high intensity in and out of possession. So Casey struggled to get pitch time last year, and consequently, you know, time to make a change. So nothing more than that. Players either fit what you're trying to do or they don't, and so it just happens in football.